In the ancient and vast land of Egypt, where the great Nile River carved its path through golden deserts and fertile valleys, a dark shadow loomed over the children of Israel. For many years, they had lived as slaves under the iron rule of Pharaoh, a ruler whose heart was hardened by pride and fear. Pharaoh saw the Israelite people growing stronger and more numerous each day, and in his desperation to maintain power, he issued a cruel decree. Every newborn Israelite boy must be thrown into the Nile, drowning their future before it could begin. In the midst of this cruelty, a miracle occurred. A baby boy named Moses was born to a faithful mother who loved him dearly. Knowing the danger, she carefully wove a small basket, waterproof and strong, and placed her precious child inside. With tears and prayers on her lips, she set the basket afloat on the gentle currents of the Nile, trusting in Allah's mercy to protect him. The basket floated silently past towering reeds, shimmering waters, and curious creatures of the river. By the will of Allah, it reached the royal palace where Pharaoh's wife found the baby. Moved by compassion and unaware of his true identity, she took Moses in and raised him as her own son within the walls of the palace, surrounded by wealth and power. Though raised in luxury, Moses' heart was never far from the suffering of his people. As he grew, he witnessed the harsh treatment endured by the Israelites. One day, seeing an Egyptian master beating an Israelite slave, Moses' sense of justice surged. Unable to remain silent, he intervened, and in the struggle, accidentally killed the Egyptian. Fearful for his life and safety, Moses fled from the palace into the vast, unforgiving desert. The desert was a place of solitude and reflection. There, Moses lived as a shepherd, finding peace among the hills and stars. One day, near Mount Sinai, he noticed a bush engulfed in flames. Yet the bush did not burn. From this burning bush, Allah spoke directly to Moses, commanding him to return to Egypt as a prophet and demand the freedom of his people. Though filled with doubt and fear, Moses was reassured by Allah's promise to support him and grant him signs to convince Pharaoh. Upon returning to Egypt, Moses boldly confronted Pharaoh, demanding the release of the Israelites. Pharaoh, proud and defiant, refused. To challenge Moses, Pharaoh summoned his greatest magicians. A jewel of power unfolded. Moses cast down his staff, which transformed into a living serpent, swallowing all the serpents conjured by Pharaoh's magicians. Yet Pharaoh's heart remained hardened, and he intensified his oppression. As punishment for Pharaoh's defiance, Allah sent a series of devastating plagues upon Egypt. Rivers turned to blood, frogs swarmed the land, locusts devoured crops, and darkness covered the kingdom. Each plague was a message of divine power and a warning to Pharaoh. But his arrogance persisted, and he refused to free the Israelites. At last, Allah commanded Moses to lead the Israelites out of bondage. They journeyed toward freedom, but Pharaoh's army pursued them fiercely. Trapped between the sea and their pursuers, the Israelites feared their fate. With a raised staff, Moses miraculously parted the Red Sea, creating a dry path. The people crossed safely, but when Pharaoh's army tried to follow, the waters closed upon them, drowning the oppressors forever. In the desert, Moses led his people through hardship and uncertainty. He ascended Mount Sinai once more to receive the 10 Commandments, 2 stone tablets inscribed by Allah himself, containing divine laws to guide humanity toward justice, mercy, and true worship. For 40 days and nights, Moses communed with Allah on the mountain. But when he descended, he was devastated to see his people worshipping a golden calf they had fashioned from melted gold, turning away from the one true God. In anger and sorrow, Moses smashed the tablets. Allah decreed that due to their sin and shirk, associating partners with him, the Israelites would wander the desert for 40 years before entering the Promised Land. Throughout his life, Moses remained a beacon of faith, courage, and leadership. His story is a testament to the power of trust in Allah, the fight against injustice, and the importance of steadfastness in the face of trials. His mission paved the way for the prophets who followed, like Shu'aib, who continued to guide humanity toward righteousness and truth.